any amount is better than nothing. I would say the longer that you can try to be somewhere, the better. And especially, I know other students that have studied abroad with the university, I think it always helps if you can find other, whatever your living arrangements are, if you're in an apartment, if you can find other people from that country that you can live with instead of living with, say, a group of other Iowa State students, because otherwise you kind of stay in a bubble of Iowa State in another country, and then I think you're missing a lot of the advantages, whereas if you're surrounded by people from that culture, then it's a lot easier to kind of practice the language more and just get more out of it. You almost get more out of that than the classes sometimes.
I think that's exactly what I would say, is that you can learn way more from just being there and going out and in being uncomfortable in uncomfortable situations, in just using the language and forcing yourself to use it. Then you could definitely go to a foreign country and isolate yourself and just speak English with other English-speaking people or with other foreign people, and you're just speaking English, and that's not helpful at all. So it's about immersing yourself in that culture and putting yourself out there and making it a little awkward, maybe, I think, helped a lot.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I went on 2 trips to Germany. One was just a month long, so I could kind of see if I actually wanted to live in Germany, or I just lived there for a year. And in that year, I got to meet a lot of other foreign students and live with German students, and that immersion made a big difference.
Yeah, I think just in general, students who have been abroad for a longer period of time, I really like the internship component too. I know you said you did one. The students just come back with really great stories that I think they can use in a professional interview, or great bullet points that they can put on their resume or on their CVs. I really like the internship component.
And I guess I would say that the time that you spend in the country is important. I've done 2 trips at Iowa State. I went to China for a semester, and then I came back here and got a scholarship from the Chinese government and went back for a year. The second one I would say was I got a lot more out of it, but I've also seen people who were somewhere for a year or longer, and they only hang out with English-speaking Americans. They only hang out with the people they're comfortable with, and they don't get anything out of it. So I think a lot of it has to do with how much you want to put into your time, because I've said this to Professor Mu before, that I think the classes here, the Chinese classes here, are better than the Chinese classes I've had in China. But you don't have the element of you're living and immersed and surrounded in the culture and the sights and sounds and smells and all the other good stuff. So a lot of it, I mean, you'll get more. There's more potential for a longer trip, but also it's up to you ultimately if you want to work and learn whatever you get out of it.